Go for it.
Hi, before we begin, I would like to say thank you to my special guest today, the EWF World Champion, Andy Brown. So, hi Andy.
Hey, hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing today?
Doing all right, actually. I'm excited for today, actually. Any day I'm excited for, but today is a special day.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get started here.
Yes.
Were you a fan of wrestling growing up as a kid?
Yes, I was. I remember hearing stories about how I used to watch it when I was born. Supposedly, my mom had WrestleMania on TV, and I was watching it. That's what the story's told. But I do remember as a kid watching it all the time, and there was never a time where I don't remember wrestling.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. Well, as you were growing up, who did you like watching? Who was your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler growing up was Macho Man, The Rock. I like very flashy guys like that, where they're just over the top, where you couldn't just, how would you explain that? Charismatic, flamboyant, things like that. The Rock, Austin, Shawn Michaels, of course, Macho Man. I was never a fan of Hulk Hogan, though. Like, everyone loves Hulk Hogan, I wasn't.
Was that a reason you started watching wrestling, because of your favorite wrestlers?
I think it's a reason why I continued watching wrestling, because I feel like when you're growing up, everyone kind of likes it, and then when you hit middle school, I feel like that's when either you go somewhere else or you continue watching wrestling. And then people like The Rock and Austin, they made me continue watching wrestling. And a lot of my friends growing up, we all liked it, and then like a few of us stood with watching wrestling, and then like once you got to high school, it was all about girls and grades and good grades. But I kept on wrestling and good grades also.
Well, who has been your favorite opponent so far wrestling?
That's a really good question. My favorite opponent so far would have to say, honestly, I don't know. I just enjoy wrestling in itself. I do like going in the ring with Tommy Wilson, just because he's always different. He's never the same. It's always something new. It's always something different. But like, I would say I enjoy anytime I go in there with someone good, someone bad, someone great, someone not so great. It's always a learning experience. It's always fun for me to get in that ring.
Well, you and Adrian Quest are former tag team champions, and
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2.
We're here before a show, ladies and gentlemen, so do not be alarmed.
And I was wondering if you were going to stay singles or go back to tag team.
Well, I love teaming with Adrian Quest. He's one of my good friends in and out of the business. I like my singles run. I really like it, but if there is times where we need to tag together for any particular reason, I would like to. The Young Bucks are out there, so we want to wrestle them if that ever happens.
Hey, real quick, let me jump in here. Andy is probably has the best feuds going on within the last year at EWF. You're feuding with Gary Yap's Man in Black, which was an awesome feud. Now you're feuding with the Mega King. So you just keep falling into these feuds, and there was a little tease there for Scorpio Sky.
Oh yes.
For a second there, I don't know. Is that gonna keep going or?
Going to the feuds, I honestly don't know. Yeah, it's going to the feuds. Honestly, when I first started, my third match was in Covina, and that's like our big event, big area. It was against Tommy Wilson, and I didn't win, but later on throughout the years, it's always just been me and Tommy, yeah. And then I don't know what Gary Yap's problem was with me at the time. But
Yeah, I believe you wrestled Joey Ryan also on
Yeah.
behalf of he took Gary App. He took his corner, right?
yeah. I got to wrestle Joey Ryan, and which was awesome. And sorry for this, but I got to get him before he did the.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, like a lot of those rivalries. I mean, it's luck. It's a blessing and not, you know, because I did get beat up a lot, but at the same time I learned and I got more strength, more vicious, if you would say. You know, it's a different Andy Brown than I was 2 years ago, or even
obviously.
yeah.
No, yeah, you can tell. I've been going to EWF shows for I want to say about 5 years now, off and on, and as of late, the shows have been getting better. You're involved in one of the probably two of the best shows I've seen EWF has put on. I mean, to me, they compared to like a good. It was a great show.
Yeah, awesome.
One of them was the Battle Royal where you won the #1 contenders match in Baldwin Park.
Yeah.
That was that whole scenario was awesome. The crowd was loud and it was like a real. It was like a. I don't want to say it was like a Raw show, but it was like a WWE. It could have counted with the WWE house show. The crowd was going crazy when. By the way, you took out
Tommy Wilson.
Tommy Wilson, you in the last two.
I did.
Yeah.
We're gonna move outside real quick. Hopefully, not a lot of noise. But yeah, that crowd that night was just on fire. It seemed like everything we were doing. It seemed like I know. It seemed like everything we were doing, they were just reacting like the way we wanted them to, you know. And yeah, that was the most. Besides the anniversary show when I actually won the title, that crowd was the second loudest I ever heard.
Yeah, that was an awesome show. And recently, you were on the losing end of the other awesome show. I want to say it was the day you guys lost the tag team belts to Hate.
Oh,
it pains me to say it, but that show was great
good,
too. It
yeah.
had everything.
Man.
So you've been involved in both. I think.
I guess that's good.
I know. Yeah.
It's good that I was involved in both.
You're on both
shows.
ends of the spectrum there. So.
That's cool.
Sorry for hijacking the show.
Oh, you're all good.
So Andy, up to this point, what has been your best moment in pro wrestling?
My best moment in pro wrestling, by far, when the 20th anniversary show. I got to main event EWF's biggest event ever in its 20 years. I got to main event and I won the EWF heavyweight title that night.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, Andy, one more thing. If people want to follow Andy Brown, is there a certain social media outlet that you get hold of you on?
If you want to follow me and see what I'm doing or see what I'm posting up, Facebook, Andy Brown. Twitter, I got a new Twitter. My other one got messed up. It's @UpAndyBrown. And Instagram is _Andy_Brown_. A lot of underscores. There's a lot of Andy Browns up there, apparently.
Obviously.
But yeah, those are the three main you can find me at.
Okay. And real quick before we leave, right now, who's out? I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure if she asked you the question already. Who's out there right now that you're a fan of? Like you don't mind watching on TV right now?
Oh, Kenny Omega. Straight up.
That's everyone right now.
He's
just taking over.
He is great, man.
Yeah.
He's like everything he does, everything like the little things. Like a lot of people don't see that, and he does them all. And like you can see it. Like it's hard to explain, but I do like the Bullet Club. A lot of the stuff they're doing, because they're just out of the box. You know, like you think, oh, it's a simple match. Like no, they're going everywhere. Whatever it is, they're throwing. Who else? Jay Lethal is another guy that I love watching. New Japan. I actually just started watching a lot of New Japan.
Well,
sadly, I don't know their names just yet.
We're the same thing. We're the same boat.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who they are because I can't remember their names.
Like if I can point them out, like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
Well, not the name, but oh, I like that guy.
Yeah.
There's like this bald head dude where he wears his trunks up to his belly button. He just hits hard, just vicious, and I love that. And I'm like, man, that's a guy I like right there. But yeah, ultimately Kenny Omega's the one guy I'm like always like I'll YouTube him. If I watch him catch a glimpse of him on TV, he's the guy.
Oh yeah, exactly. I just actually this morning I watched a ladder match. His ladder match with Michael Elgin.
How was that?
Oh.
See, I didn't get to see that. I don't know. How do you
Good
find
luck.
that?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Daily Motion or something like that. But yeah, oh man,
I gotta watch that. That's good.
That's a whole other level. Ladder
In New
match.
Japan?
In New Japan. That's for the.
Is that their first ladder match?
I believe it. There's been a couple, but I think this is the big one.
Hey, that's
for the first time big one. And that was for the New Japan IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, okay. Nice. I gotta watch that.
All right. Well, is that good? You good?
Yes. Thank you, Andy, for being my special guest on the Doing the Orange podcast.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. Too sweet?
Too sweet.
Yeah. All right, Andy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sorry that the music started and all that.
And that was my interview with Andy Brown. And I want to give a quick little apology for all the background noise. We were in the arena where the ring was being set up, and they were working on the sound system, and that's where all the noise came from. Well, I want to give a big thank you to my guest, Andy Brown, for his time on the podcast.
And that was an episode of Doing the Orton with our guest, Andy Brown. Any questions, feel free to send us on Twitter at Doing the Orton, or also on Instagram, again, Doing the Orton. You guys have a great day, and we will do another podcast sometime next week.